Well, Eddy Mack is an Arab-American hip-hop artist who's been using his platform to raise awareness of the war on Gaza. And his latest song, The Sound of War, has charted in 8 countries. Let's take a listen.
Hesitate now, I know that this is the sound. 'Cause I know that everyone knows it's time to take Palestine back this time. We won't hesitate now, I know that this is the sound.
And I'm pleased to say we're now joined by Eddy Mack to tell us more about this and the inspiration behind it. So Eddy, first up, welcome to Aljazeera. You have a close personal connection to Gaza. Just tell us about that, first of all, if you would.
Yeah, of course. Being Jordanian, my family has, my grandmother and grandfather. My grandmother's from Jaffa, and she still has, friends and family in Gaza, and to see her so broken apart, and being Arabs in general, we sympathize, right? So, it's very difficult to see, and I felt like I just needed to use my platform to kind of spread awareness and to do something. I couldn't be silent. So I really wanted to, push forward and band people together because, music's very powerful. So that was my main intent of the song.
Yeah, so that's what inspired you to write the song. Did it come easily? Was it an easy process to write it?
Here's the thing. It came from raw emotion. My buddy was Sam Aljazeera, who's also on the song with me. He actually came to visit me in Texas, and the song was never planned. It was we were just sitting in my backyard, and it was kind of silent. I was going through my phone. He was going through his phone, and all we're hearing from my phone and his phone is screams and terror and bombs being dropped. And my studio is actually in my house, so we kind of put our phones down for a second, and I kind of just looked at him, and without hesitation, I told him, we need to do something for Palestine. He got up, he shot up immediately, and we went right into the studio. And I think when you're coming from a place of such strong emotion, the song does come a little bit easier, right? So we got in there, and we knocked it out pretty quickly, yeah.
And it's called The Sound of War. Tell us more about its message. And we've heard a little clip of it. We're playing it right now. But tell us a little bit more about what it's saying.
Yeah, of course. It goes back on the freedom and liberation of our people. I notice a lot of artists who are making music for Palestine. They're being labeled as anti-Semitic or whatever it is. But what we're doing is we're talking about our freedom and liberation. That's the narrative we're trying to push, and that's all we want. So The Sound of War, obviously, the title itself. Just because music is obviously a sound, so this is, and it's it's a terrible war that's going on. So that's kind of how I conjoined it together. And what I mean by that is I want this song to be our sound. I want this to band us together in unity. So that's where I kind of brought the song name forward, and so happened it also ended up in the hook of the song as well. This is the sound of war. So it kind of all worked out perfectly.
And it's been tremendously successful. Were you expecting it to go as well as it has?
That wasn't the intention when I first made it. It was just, like I said, it was coming from a place of anger, and I already had a good following, so I just wanted to give my people something. I was not expecting it to go the way it did, but it was strategic the way I planned it. Obviously, we live in a social media world now, and I knew that sound bites usually is what attracts a lot of attention, goes viral. So the main part of the song, the Free Palestine part, I knew if we kind of built and marketed that part of the song, people were going to use that part as a tool to show the world, hey, this is who I stand with, right? No matter what media outlets or whatever, they try to portray it the other way, but I wanted to band people together on TikTok and Instagram and use that soundbite to simply give a quick message, say, hey, I stand with Palestine. So that was the strategy behind it.
Eddy, great to talk to you, to hear about your single, The Sound of War. Thanks for joining us here in Aljazeera. Eddy Mack there.
Thank you so much.
Now, a Palestinian journalist who